Welcome to the Games Freezer.
Hello, it's Richard, it's Games Freezer. It's a 10-minute taster for a game on PlayStation 4 called Omensight. Now, what's this one all about then? Well, Omensight is an action role-playing game, and you join me here as I've just made a connection with a character called Ratica. So you'll be going around levels, fighting off hordes, and seeing what clues you can uncover as to how the world ended. So you find me now at the Tree of Knowledge, eating a bowl of porridge, and it's the point at where you get to choose your next perk after completing a level. So I've gone through the initial stages of the game and brought it up to this point here. So let's have a look, see what we need to spend to get a bit more power in the fight. So I'll add these different blessings, is what they're titled. You pick up these blue shards as you go around that count as the currency that you need to put towards these different blessings as you go through the game. So that's how you do that. And then the next one over on the left here is a kind of place where you meditate and level up, basically. And do that after each kind of level. So level 4, Phantom Grasp, unlocks a new move within your move set assigned to L1 in this case. So across the different buttons, different moves that you'll chain together in order to create combinations and then dispatch with your enemies as you fight through them. So like I say, an action role-playing game. Look at these beautiful stylized visuals. Spot on. This Tree of Knowledge looks great. The way you interact with everything is very fluid, works really well. It's put together excellently. I mean, there's nothing I can fault it in terms of visuals. Love this style of game, spot on. Can't argue with that. So these bits here, these are the kind of clues that you pick up as you play through the game. So each time you play through, you're actually playing through the same moment in time, but from different perspectives, and it's the lead up to the end of the world. So you kind of play like I don't know, it must be about a half-hour segment of game in order to take you through each of the characters' perspectives of how the world ended and where it got to, how it got to that point. So this time I'm picking up with Ratica, who I managed to defeat in my last run through. I've now made a connection with them by sort of taking on some of their soul, and I can now go alongside them, Ratica in this case, and see what happened from their perspective and fight alongside them. So it's very clever. Yeah, Ratica's like a mouse rat. She looks more like a mouse to me. She's probably a rat. It's all in a name, innit? Hey? Clever stuff. Right, so we'll go up here, uncage the rat. He likes to sing song, this one.
Not to kill then.
Gotta admit, her voice does annoy me.
Shame. Would have been easier. Nice.
So your character is the Harbinger. So you've been sent into this world to try and work out what's going on and how to save the world.
Wait, let me guess.
So the Harbinger doesn't really say anything. So you'll see that it's the Harbinger's a she, and they'll nod and shake their head, and that's about it. That's about it as far as communication goes. It's well voice acted, to be fair. Some good voices. There's one particular character called Draga who I enjoyed fighting with. I think that was the second playthrough. So this is the third playthrough. So if you saw those statues that were by the Tree of Life earlier on, each one of those statues represents one of the characters that you've made a connection with and that you've unlocked. The next time that I go through, that I'll be able to hopefully unlock a different character and play through with a different character. Or I might have learnt something from this playthrough that I could take back to one of the earlier characters that I'd play through with, and that will enable you to skip past the stuff you've already done and take it to the point where the stuff that you've learnt from the new character can be utilised in the old character playthrough. I'll try and do that at the end of this to show you what I mean. But look at that. Look at them visuals, spot on. That's it's a beautiful game. Really well made. Makes you want to play it, doesn't it? And the snowy effect. So each of the characters is a kind of animal. They're all different factions within this world.
Now, gather everyone around the Omensight. It's a surprise for you.
So the Omensight is where they built their city.
The Omensight. The Bulgarians call it the Amber Core.
The Amber Core. So each time you smash up the pots, you'll get things that come out of there. Pretty standard stuff. Get these chests that are hidden away. So the way the camera is angled, you will not see these things immediately. You'll have to go exploring a little bit, especially when you're following a character that wants you to get a move on. You'll have to go out of the camera angle in order to find these different items that might be hidden away off screen or out of sight. So yeah, you've got to be prepared to do that, otherwise you won't pick up the extra hidden bonuses and pick up the items that you need in order to level up and do your meditation at the end of the level. Got that double jump there, that's pretty good. It'll take you across wider gaps or higher platforms. So you get to utilise your companion's special skill as well as you go through the level. You can press R2 to do the companion skill. So you're basically rewarded for battling and stringing your attacks together. As you can see, I'm not very good at it yet. Oh, getting to go and do it. Set off that bomb. Right, so yeah, you've got those barrels there that will go off like bombs. Gives you a few seconds to sort of dive out of the way with O button. And then it will blow up the surrounding area. There's some destructible elements to the level as well that you can blow up and use for your advantage. Put those on enemies, which is quite good. We're being led through this level by Radka, so we're on a linear path, but there are bits, like I say, where you can do a little bit of exploring and maybe find that we've got a chest down here that I wouldn't have found unless I would have gone off the beaten track slightly. So there is an element of exploration, but not much, to be fair. It's more about the story of looking for the clues. There are different ways you can approach it as well. Within the difficulty settings, it's pretty much down to how much assistance you want in solving the mystery. So the hardest difficulty setting doesn't give you any clues. You've got to work it out for yourself and sort of take down notes as you go through, which is an interesting way of approaching it. Taking notes in hard copy format and then trying to sort of piece it all together. You'd really have to invest a lot of time into doing that if you were going to do it that way. But this way it will kind of handhold you and you'll get to see the story play out in front of you, and then you're then left to choose on how you want to approach the different character stories and who you want to revisit when you want to go back to the Tree of Life. When you get to these battles, they are quite entertaining. There's a whole host of ways of sort of planning your attacks and dispatching with the enemies, and when it comes off it looks very slick. You can dance from one enemy to the other pretty fluidly and cut through them pretty quick. You've got like a heavy attack and you've got like a light attack, jump attack that you can do as well. You can come off the top of like a platform and come down on them, and your sword will go through them in different ways and kind of chop them in half. If you've pulled together a number of combinations in a row, then you'll get the finishing combination will be like a chop that will dispatch with your enemy, which looks really good when that comes off as well. So when you want to go up on a platform that's pretty high, then they'll generally kneel down for you to jump into their arms, and then they'll flip you over. That's whichever companion you played with. With the 3 that I've played with so far, that seems to be the sort of mechanic that you use to get to those higher platforms. One thing I have found is when you're kind of jumping across large sort of platforming areas, it's quite hard to judge your jump. Your angle of your camera is a bit off. And it's the one thing I've fought with a little bit at first, is the camera angle. You almost want to control it yourself, but it's kind of fixed and it allows you to move the camera angle a little bit, but sometimes you want it to line up a different way, but it won't allow you to do that. So you've got to get used to that, but once you're used to it, it's no longer a thing. Right, so what's going to go on here? As though we're heading for a massive showdown up front. Always best to smash up these barrels, see what's in them. A lot of the time there won't be anything. Let's work our way through this lot. Like a squid thing. Oh, got rid of it. I thought that was going to be a bit more powerful than what it was, because it was the only one there. It looked like it was a boss.
A Rodentian leader asks her sappers to set bombs, but when she arrives, no bombs. Funny?
Doesn't come across as a leader, does she? Like a Redemption leader.
It's the color code,
Comes across as a bit of a brat rather than an all-powerful leader of Redentia.
Do you see a gray wire?
Oh, yes. Wait, how did you know?
Is gray
I've got to admit, I can't see a grey wire.
Nope.
If you still can't figure it out, rest your head against the bomb and try to light it when the spark of realization hits.
Pretty well written in most parts. There's some bits that fall a little bit flat, but the majority of the writing is pretty good.
A song for every door.
And each kind of area you go to is a pretty good reveal and variation on the theme. Some of these chests, let's have a little look around, see what else is about. Like I say, this is where you could be rewarded with a nice collectible, but sometimes you'll go around here, you'll look in everything and there'll be bugger all. You might not be rewarded for being inquisitive sometimes. But you'd think there'd be something down there, wouldn't you? But I don't think there is. Unless I'm missing something. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move through to the next area. Lovely stuff.
Welcome to Rodentia City.
Right, we're in Rodentia City.
A few years back it was nothing but ruins. Witnesses talk of a battle with a monster caused an earthquake. The Bulgarians offered to help us. They rebuilt almost
everything in this
the entire
game
city.
screams
Of course,
beauty, doesn't
that
it?
was
It's
before I discovered
every
how
piece of scenery
There
is
a healing power to music.
really well
It has magic
crafted.
that can bring people together, but not this
I'm a
song.
big fan of
This
these
song will
stylized
tap into the
graphics,
darkest
always have been.
corners of grief. This song can kill. So why don't you sit back and relax?
Like
Enjoy the bardic whimsy
loads
of
of
my
parts to
balalaika.
this as well, the way it
and
overlaps,
whatever
kind of like the
happens, don't
murder
interrupt.
mystery, branching timelines, puzzles, manipulation of that timeline, where you keep replaying the same scenario but from different perspectives. It's quite a clever game, to say the least. And the combat is definitely rewarding. Oh, got to stop blowing myself up though, that's not going to help anyone. Right, looks like Ratica taking on some kind of power from this the Omensight. Right, okay. So we're all in the old forest now, by the looks of it. This is where you get to fight against Draga, which is a battle I had just before this playthrough, but from Draga's side. These henchmen are going to offer up a bit more of a fight than I have from the previous ones. Ratika's fully possessed now by the looks of it.
Wow, is that the boss?
What in the five hell is that thing?
Floating around, giving it large. But yeah, you need a bit of health. The apples give you a bit of health. Rather have seen chicken legs. But there you go. Ooh, nearly fell off. This phantom grass thing that slows everyone down, so you can really go to town on them. Got a blast as well, that's pretty good. I'm trying to beat up my own person. Pretty powerful. Right, this will be where the final showdown is.
Something is wrong.
With old Draga.
Ratika?
So, as I say, I saw this from the other perspective when I did my last playthrough.
Deathless? Have you
Draga, who I was
connected with
fighting
the void?
with. I've heard the dialogue. It's the same dialogue but from a different aspect.
Are you the Harbinger?
And away we go. But you'd think 2 versus 1 that I should be able to deal with old Draga. But you can't get anywhere near her when she unleashes fury, because otherwise you'll get dealt with. That's half of her life. Oh, you see? If you ain't careful, all of a sudden you'll lose. I'm going to go toe to toe with her, I don't think it's going to work. She's just blocking me off as well. Be a bit more clever. Oh, get away from her now. Oh bloody, we see that? All that life taken away just from a couple of swipes. So it's got to be clever. Go in there and then come away. Use
Something is wrong.
the landscape to my
Ratika?
advantage. Hide behind those pillars of wood and stuff before they get destroyed. As you see, the level gets destroyed as you go through.
Connected with the void?
Shame I had to listen to that again. I'd like to have skipped that. Right, let's be a bit more cuter with it. I'm not too sure why they're getting destroyed, those wooden planks. Come on. Look at that, see? When those finishes come off, they look bloody good. And looking a bit more holding it together. Deal with the henchmen. And I can deal with Draga. Whoosh. Got, so it's 2 on 1, so you know what I mean? I should be able to deal with her. Incoming. Get ooped. Right, got over half of their life gone now. So, ooh, what's going on here? Oh yeah. I did the special power that speeds you up, which is quite cool. I didn't mean to do it. I meant to do that phantom grass thing to slow everything down. You know what, she's going to mess around with all this crap and I'm just going to stand out of the way. And get in there. Yes! No. How did I manage to not do it that time? Grr.
Something is wrong.
Right, third time lucky. Must.
Deathless.
Yeah, I thought I'd done her there basically. Oh, that's alright. I've got past that bit. I thought I'd done her there. Got her down to a point where maybe 2 hits, and then she's very powerful when she's in that cornered position. So I've got to make sure that I'm away from her when she's like that, and then maybe range the attacks a bit more when there's not much life left. And maybe let old rat could do some damage. But it just goes to show you can't just hack and slash your way through, you've got to think your way through it. This is probably the toughest battle I've had in the game so far. But I'm confident I'm going to get through it this time. I've learnt my lesson. No gung-ho. Gung-ho. Right, here we go. Oh, douchebag. We're trying to kill Ratica. Stay away, that's it. Dodge, dodge. Oh, double dodge. Oh, an apple. I'm not too bothered about them getting destroyed, because that's really down to her to use those to avoid my attacks. Or our attacks. Me and old Raticus. That's it, she's in that. Come on, Phantom Grasp. Bop, bop. Gotta make them count, you really wanna hit. Double team. Stay here and have Ratica over there, look. That's it, that's the way to do it. Keep her in the firing range. It's fine by me. Off the top rope. Oh, she jumped under me. Got her, surely. Oh, I missed it. Punks. Get out of there. Yeah, I've learnt my lesson. Ain't got much left now. That's it. In. One more hit, I reckon. Yeah, whatever. Gotcha. Oosh. Oosh. She's blocking up hard. Yes. And see ya. Finish him. Finish her. Good stuff. Right.
Boss, the Imperials are retreating. We won.
Oh, boss is a bit fucked, isn't she?
Ratica? Is that really you?
Ratica was broken.
Oh.
Fear, doubt, regret. I am.
She's not feeling herself by the looks of things.
Sorry, boss. I didn't mean to.
Pursue.
That rat sounds a bit Irish, doesn't it?
Oh, hi, boss.
You are
Why, boss?
so very old.
Maybe some of the grunts are not as well voiced as the main characters.
I see through you, I see your mind. There are the priestess you must find. Her soul is
Reminds me a little bit actually of Child of Light, the way the story plays out, not the way the game plays. Child of Light was very much 2D, sort of RPG, side-scrolling, but just the story and the kind of use of animals, etc. That reminds me a lot of Child of Light, which I loved. It's a great RPG.
The giant snake
Kind of light enough that you could dip into it and dip out of it. You didn't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours understanding different combinations. It's kind of a nice light RPG. So this is the end of the world, basically. You've reached the same point as you reach each time, which is the end of the world. But now you've learnt some new information. So you've gained some intel on Ratica that you can then use in your next playthrough. So that's day complete. Groundhog Day, as I say, because you're doing the same thing each time, but now you'll be armed with a new piece of information to take back to somebody else. The map turns like a purple, the world kind of ends, and then you eventually, when it's loaded, Go back to the old Tree of Life. Back in we go. Tree of Life is where it's at.
The deathless.
And now we'll have a little peek,
Terrifying and
see what's
sad.
going on.
But her words, they ring true.
Now what we got?
Harbinger, you need
Blessings.
to return to
Got
Yarbolg's temple
5,200
with Ludimir.
to
This time,
spend.
unlock the seal to the crypt.
And then let's see if we can level up. What's this? Level 5 lethal slash. That's a good one. So it's a long press on the triangle. And then away you go. Right. So I'm going to go back to Ludimir. Because I've learnt how to open the gates that are protected by seals. Did Ratica. Yeah, let's go back to Ludimir. I'm pretty sure there's like a point in this. There we go. You've already played the part of this stage. You want to skip to the critical moments. I think there's like a critical moment where Ludimir shows you a door that's locked, and now should be able to open that. Ludimir starts off in his tavern. He basically runs off on his own to try and defeat the evil leader. And when you follow his little story arc through, he will actually come face to face with the leader. Can't remember his name now. But yeah, his story plays out. He's the first one that you play out actually. Second one's Draga, third one Ratica. And now I'm coming back to Ludimir. Look at this, another beautiful piece of scenery. Such a well made game, like, to look at, it's an absolute beauty. Right, let's get in these gates.
Turn back in class.
Deal with
In
this
the name
lot.
of Emperor Indrik, I command you. Oh, just shut up and fight.
That's the one, mate. The Ludimir seems like some kind of English bear who likes a drink. Yeah. Oop, getting destroyed there. Boom. What's some of that? It all goes on so quick, sometimes you actually can't keep up with it. Bit of a tag team there. Keep missing with them jump hits. Oh, nice. Oof. That's it, a bit of destruction.
Noticed all those locked doors we passed? Fancy mystical seals. And this
So
one?
look, this is the door.
This door is special.
So I should be able
It's
to
where
open
all
this
the
now.
emperors are buried. Think of all the secrets they took with them. Still,
Just think, eh?
unless you're close to Indrik, there's no getting through.
Indrik, that's the one. So Ludimir will actually go on to have a head-on rumble with Indrik. That's what he's all about. So me taking this path, not actually what Ludimir wants to do.
Just how did you do that?
Wouldn't you
Don't
like
the
to know,
emperor
mate?
in there. Are we parting ways then?
Oh yeah, so I think he'll help me. Look, he's going to throw me up there. He's coming up too. Probably going to be a point here where we part our ways. And I'll go on to see what's going on. See if I can find any more clues. No, he's not coming down.
Well, I can't keep Indrik waiting forever, so
That's it,
good
Ludimir,
luck
me
with
old son.
your, exploration.
See you later. So that's me then. Right, I'll let you guess what happens next, but this is a game that's well worth picking up and having a look at. If you like games that are full of story, bit of intrigue, bit of hack and slash, this is spot on for you. This is Richard, this is Games Freezer's 10-minute taster for an awesome game on PS4 called Omensight.
www.gamescruiser.eu.